Hey, welcome back to Fixing Things. Man, it is dreary outside. Doesn't look like bad on the camera, but it's dark, kind of off and on rain. Got kind of chills to the bone kind of stuff. But it ain't gonna stop me. We're gonna do some stuff today. So there's the fuel tank to the truck, the new fuel tank / toolbox. And so one of the things I need to do to this thing to get it roadworthy is, well, I do got to drain the trash that's in it, but that's another episode. It's not that much in there. Whatever it is, it might not explode. What we're gonna do to it today. Well, we got to get a fuel sensor in there and the fuel line up in there. Now my son, he wanted me to just tap into the bung here on the bottom. But I believe we should go up and back down, kind of like how fuel tanks work. That way the fuel is not going to just run out of the vehicle if something happens, like a line gets cut. It still may siphon out. But so we're gonna drill a hole, drop the sensor in, and run the line down through this other bung here. This is a 2-inch bung, and then come up so we can put a filter on it, and then run the line out the hole here and down the side of the tank. On this episode of Fixing Things, I also got some paint. Hey, so I got some paint. I'm turning it upside down to kind of do the pre-mixing, because one of the thing, it almost plugged up on me because I didn't shake it up enough. But I did a test spray. Remember last episode I made the brackets down here, and the paint was a lot brighter. So you can see it's a lot brighter up here, but you see where I painted it on the bottom? It matches up fairly good. So I think we'll paint that fuel tank with those colors. So it's probably gonna be a 1 episode thing, but 2 days, because it's late in the day already. I had to do some pastoral stuff and had to go get some stuff at the hardware store. Getting a late start on it. Moved the truck up here so I can work on it. And by tomorrow, the end of the day, I want to have the carburetor cleaned back out and the fuel tank sitting in its position, hopefully. And got to cut out some of that floor to make room for it. So what I'm thinking is, on the back of the bed is just like on a tractor trailer, where they have a piece of like diamond plate sitting there, and then the bed will be back here ish, and we'll have the fuel tank sitting up close to the cab, and with a little bit of a headache rack with the marker lights on it, and my Predator 10,000 CV radio antenna. So let's get with it. You think it's gonna blow up if I drill a hole in it? Let's find out. So here's the fuel sending unit, and it comes with this thing here, the float, and has a little potentiometer type dealio in here that records the resistance as this thing goes up and down, and transmits that resistance to the fuel gauge inside the truck. Real simple. But you got to set these things so that this is in the all the way down position, touching the bottom of the tank, and all the way in the up, touching the top of the tank. So we have to adjust this thing to get it in there right. Not only that, we got to drill a hole in this diameter and screw some screws in to hold it down. I got the gasket, I got the hole saw, which that's why I had to go to the store. Because out of my 20 to 30 different hole saws I have, I didn't have one the right size. And I would thought 1.5 inches, being an electrician, I should have 1.5 inches because electricians cut 1.5 inch holes all the time. But I didn't, so let's check this thing out and see what we gotta do. So what I'm thinking here, here's the bung. It's a 2-inch bung here. It's a 2 inch by 1 inch. This is a 1 inch and that's a 2 inch. And I'm thinking right about here-ish. I should probably set it somewhere out of the way. Right in here-ish. And then I gotta put my fuel line down through the center of this, come up and over and mount my fuel filter on it, and then come over and down. I don't know, probably put the fuel filter down lower, out of the way. Keep all this simple. Keep it simple, stupid kind of thing. So that's what we'll do. I don't want to drill a hole with all that dirt in there. I guess I'll clean that out. I don't know if we want to put it the center or off towards the side. This will be the cab. This is going to be the cab side here. This is going to be the front. So we want the wires and everything to come up through these holes here in the fuel lines. Which is good because right down on this side is where the fuel line makes its turn on the truck. I'm gonna try to keep the fuel tank. I want to make a dual fuel switch on it. So I am going to repair that tank. But the thing is, I want to repair it not today, because that's going to be. I'm going to have to take that tank off, cut a hole in it. Power wash it out, clean it out, scrub it out, get all the gook out of it, which is going to be a nightmare. Because, hold on, I'll show you. So remember on the episode where I put the new two fuel filters on it to get the thing started to do the first drive, the 2 fuel filters? Well, I used this blowgun, which is brand spanking new. And the gook that came out of it is on this. And today when I tried to use it, the handle thing, this is brand new. I mean, look at it. It looks 100 years old. It's brand new. So the stuff in that tank it's rough. So it's going to take some scrubbing to get that out. So it had got on this and caused it to not to work. And I had to force it down to work. So I got to get all that black goo out of that tank if we're going to use that tank. And I want to use this tank as my auxiliary tank. And if I do any road trips or anything else, I want to have plenty of fuel, and I want a gauge on both. So when I switch it over, I'll have a gauge on that one and a gauge on this one. But that's some serious black goo. And that's back in my carburetor that was brand new carburetor. Let's drill a hole, see if this thing explodes. So the Instructione said use an 1.5-inch drill bit. Here's the gasket, and the drill bit is just a little bit bigger than the gasket. So that's probably good. The fuel that's in here is some type of old either kerosene or diesel fuel. So unless you get it red hot, it's not going to catch fire. And I'm pretty sure we ain't going to. Lord Heavenly Father, let this thing work good. No problems, I pray in Jesus' name. All right, no explosions, that's a good thing. All right, so the next thing we have to do is measure the tank depth. And it's about 9.5 inches. You can also see how much fuel is in there. It's got about a 1/2 inch of fuel in it. 9.5 inches. So at 9.5 inches, the A, which is the rod, needs to be 5 3/16 inches from the center of the sensor thing to the center of the thing, and also the B, the center to the top of the thing. B needs to be at 4 7/8. So this is us here. So let's start modifying that fuel thingy. This thing needs to be 4 7/8 to the center of this thing. Four 7/8 is, I'm gonna have to adjust it because I ain't gonna have no hole. Guess I gotta pull it apart. So the way this is supposed to work is this is center. When this is all the way down in the off position, this should be right at the bottom of the tank. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pre-check it. Not saying I don't trust the measurements, but what I the most important measurement there is not whether it's full, it's whether it's accurate at the bottom of the tank, because you don't want to run out of fuel. And where's my tape measure? So we're looking for 9.5. So that's right at 9 inches. That leaves a ½ inch of fuel at the bottom. So let's drop it down a little more. And that is right at 9 and it leaves it about 1/8 of an inch off the bottom of the tank. Okay. So that comes up and almost hits the top. So if you imagine the top of the tank, and that should be sitting on the bottom of the tank right there. When it's empty, and we said 9.5, that's exactly right. So this thing is ready to go in a tank. I just want to make sure everything is tight, because tight is right, and you don't want it to come loose going down the road. Right? I'm pretty sure I'm right. So I'm going to tighten all this stuff up, and let's put it in this. We got to get the thing drilled and put in the tank-ish. All right, so I rewrapped the wire on around the shaft like they had it before, and we're going to put the screw back on the sensor feed thingy, whatever that thing is called, and we're going to make sure that's tight, and wrap it in such a way that it doesn't interfere with your float. All right, let's put this joker up in there. It's tight. Goes in there. All right. I don't know if you can see it. All right, so if you notice, there is a baffle right there. So I'm shining the light down through here, and there's a bug trying to get in there. But it looks brown, but actually when you look straight down onto the fuel, it's not too bad. It's hard to see that way, but with the extra hole in there now, you can see the baffle. Get out of there, bug. You're going to die if you get in there. Why can't I see? Oh, there we go. So that's the edge of it. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn it so it is this side. So when I go down through here to drill for my pipe, I'm going to have it facing that way. That's going down into that section closer to the center of the tank for my pickup. But I want the gauge facing this way so it's away from the baffle. All right, so here's the bung. Here's a plastic 1-inch thing. And we're going to drill a hole. And this is a piece of scrap that we had when we were working on the fuel system. And what we're going to try to do, we're not going to use this, but I'm going to use this as the gauge for my hole. So let's drill a hole. That was easy. Okay, it needs to be a little bit bigger. Just like that. All right, so what I don't want is water and stuff getting into this fuel tank. So I have some thread sealer that is rated for gas and stuff. And we're gonna put it on the bung and put the bung in the tank. All right, so when you're putting this on, you put it on as if you're threading it onto something. So righty tighty, lefty loosey. So as if you were wrapping it onto, like you're threading this into it, keeping your threads kind of tight. Starting at the bottom and working our way up. So now when you screw the bung in, you won't be peeling the tape back off of it. As you wrap it, so you're screwing it in, not screwing it up. Got it that time. All right, so what I did is I put about a 45-degree angle on it, and it's gonna sit on the bottom of the tank, kind of like that. And that way it's not gonna plug up the hole, and it's gonna get fuel all the way down from the bottom of the tank. Then we're gonna bend it to where it goes this way, then back out that hole. We should be able to twist it into it, hopefully. One way or the other, we got to get a filter on this thing. First, and I'm thinking we should probably put the filter in that box. That way I can have easy access to it. And that'll be a pre-filter, and we'll have one before the pump. Yeah.
I did.
Well, we got a lift.
Yeah. But then you gotta move all your stuff.
That's all right. All I gotta do is, it's on a rolly cart. It's good. That's fine. Little GoPro Junior thing, whatever you call those things. Because everything I work on is like, seems like I need something to hold it there.
Yeah. I looked around and finally found my little. It ain't the one I was looking for because I got a better one, but that one's short and squatty.
Right.
That was the easy one.
So it's on the front differential.
Yeah. See, I got the top one loose. But this one, I ain't been able to do nothing with it.
I don't know.
Exactly. Jeez.
Yeah, let me get a breaker bar.
Well, I had a breaker bar, and I pushed it with my foot. Jeez.
That thing is on there. Are you sure it's not reverse thread?
I don't know. I don't know why it would be reverse thread. Everything else was right.
Yeah. Down to one bar. Break it. Gee Louise. Ooh, that's hot.
Well, at least I know it wasn't me. I thought it might have been me. You think it's more powerful than the other thing?
Oh, it can be. All right, lefty loosey, righty tighty.
And I even did what the guy said, tap it a little bit to help loosen up the threads. Don't mess up that thing.
There we go. I don't know. I bet you somebody glued that on there.
Where the Toyota place gonna get it out?
Probably did you got it through resale at a lot or something?
No, I bought it new.
Oh, you bought it brand new. Well, this is like my t-shirt says, if Pastor Bill can't fix it, it can't be fixed. I could probably get it out. We'd have to use an impact, the air driver thing. But somebody torqued that down or put some something on it. Maybe it was seeping before, but he's had that truck since it was brand new. I'm thinking he probably went to Jiffy Lube or something like that, and it was seeping, and they put some goop on there. But I think we're good now. What I'm going to do is clean this up so it doesn't have any oils on it, because we had some diesel fuel on it. And we're going to put some epoxy resin on this thing here, and that's going to hold it in place. All right, that's going to be it for today. I'm going to be out here first thing in the morning, and I got to make a list. Maybe I have to run out. I don't know. Let's see what we got done though. So already today we got the sending unit in, we got the fuel pickup in, and the epoxy's drying. We'll let that dry for 24 hours. That way that thing's not going to go nowhere. And if we have to, I'll gob some more on there. We need to bend the line to go in here. Oh, I do. I got to go out and get some fuel line. So I'm going to go out and get some fuel line tomorrow because I want to get this thing on. So tomorrow we're going to cut a hole in the, take a skill saw over to the me-haul truck and cut the whole area out where the fuel tank's going to go. And we'll get that thing set in place. We may have to make some brackets for it. Fabrication. So I'll see you guys out here first thing in the AM. I'll run out and get some. I'll definitely have to move the me-haul truck tomorrow because I'm blocked in now. Well, we got to work on PC Wallbash's, the Marshall PC Wallbash's truck. That front differential plug, drain plug, somebody put that thing on there tight. All right, I'll see you guys in the AM. All right, it's the next day and it's time to address the fuel tank's looks. Not only that, all that rust, that eventually eat through the tank. It's a lot, it's thick steel, but I want it to look good too. So we got that paint that matches the color of the truck already. And so we're gonna clean this up with the flapper wheel, get all the rust off of it, prime it, and paint it. Well, it's orange. This side is the back side. And it had the first can I put on there was not very good coverage. But the stuff, the tractor paint that I bought that was supposed to match perfectly, actually came out pretty good. You can see some grinding marks in it, but when we get ready to paint the truck, we'll take care of all that. I just wanted to get all that rust off it and get this thing on the truck so that we can get it running. So next thing is let's cut some of this bed off so we can cut some of the bed off so we can start building the fabrication for the frame for this fuel tank. Oh yeah, Marshall PC Wabash.
The man.
The man, the myth, the legend.
Got your tools.
Thanks, sir.
Had to take my truck on shakedown cruise.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Did good?
It didn't overheat. That's a good thing. Right?
Yeah.
Wow. That look. If it wasn't warped, that's some good looking oak.
It is good looking oak. I thought it was teak wood. Oak, that's why it swole up.
It's pretty though.
Yeah.
How's your gas tank?
I just got done painting it a couple minutes ago.
I just got done doing my thing.
Let's go over there and take a look at it. Did you get it all on video?
Yes, I did.
Make sure you go visit Marshall PC Wabash on his exploit taste, his excellent posse stuff that he does, and the villains and everything, and all the fixing stuff that he does.
Don't do much. I'm over here fixing things with past the bills above, return some tools that I borrowed. Got on my Man, the Myth, the Legend shirt. Got it for Christmas.
Oh yeah, look at that.
Yeah, got a whole new water housing underneath there.
Yeah, I see that.
2 new hoses, the rest of them are hoses that were on there.
And so there's one more modification you still got to do?
No.
Okay.
I put the sumo springs on there last year for the pop-up, so they're still there. But that's my standalone cooler, the transmission cooler. I put that on, and now I got the oil cooler on top of it.
So this replaces your old oil filter, correct?
No, that's the oil filter used to be down here.
Correct.
And then you had unscrewed the thing that it used to
Oh, I
screw
see.
to.
And that goes on top of it.
Then you put this other pancake, see it's already got the notch.
Oh, okay.
And then you put a new piece that sandwiches the pancake filter on it. And then that has new threads, and then you just
And that goes into your water stuff.
Yeah. So it comes out, circles around. There's like a little radiator in there.
Yeah, inside this thing.
Like little waffles in there or something.
Mm-hmm.
Then it comes back out and goes back.
Yeah, back in the day, they did similar things for like the power steering and everything else on old trucks.
Put my skid plate back on.
What about, did you try figuring out the thing?
No, I ain't fooling with it. No, let them mess it up.
Right.
Yeah, then I got a clean battery on top of it. Then I said, well, I'm going over past the Bill's house now.
Yeah.
I'm fixing things. Go past the Bill.
Yeah, go check out Marshall PC Wabash channel. He's turning this truck into a big time towing rig. He's got a big giant camper, and he's put the coolers on it and everything else, and changed all the fluids in the rears and the transfer case and stuff. And you've seen it when we tried to get that one plug out. It wasn't moving much, but the impact wasn't going.
They're gonna have to take it out. Let them mess with it. Right?
Yep.
That was just a bonus anyway. That was a sidebar, the fluid changes. This is what I was really wanting to get done before we left Thursday.
Yeah.
So I'm happy. It's good. It's all good. Life is good.
Life is good. All right, so got the wood all took off. It wasn't easy. That stuff is on there. Good thing I had some really good Sawzall blades. But I got it off, and now I'm going to build a little platform and places to mount the tank. So what I'm going to do is make two 48-inch pieces and weld that onto the edge. That'll give me a nice trim piece on each side. The next bed will come up right up under by this thing. I may put a little piece here just for some trim Well, wait and see what I got when let me get this other piece on there. Cut it. Put it in fast motion. Whew, that was a lot of work. That's going to be it for this episode of Fixing Things with Pastor Bill. How much did I get done? I got a lot done. Got a lot done. You ready? Boom, baby. I mean, it's not finished. It's not finished. I'm going to weld some studs up here. And here too. Everywhere where the thing is. Because I want to put some decking down. And then the bolts will come up through the decking, hook to the frame, because we want the DOT requires that fuel things are to the frame. So this originally wasn't going to be approved for fuel, but with the modifications that I made in it, now it'll pass the DOT inspection. It looks good. Got me a little bit of room here. My headache rack there. I got some nice heavy steel down there to weld to. And now it came out better than I thought it was going to come out, because now I have access to this tank. It's using the original frame pieces here. So this is the original frame. This is the original frame, and it's welded down to the piece that is bolted to the chassis. But it looks good. I think it looks good. It's my truck anyways. It's the Miho truck. So now I have access to my fuel on my old tank. And I'm thinking I can probably just take off the old sending unit, get a new sending unit, and pressure wash the inside of the tank and wash it right out the bottom. I think that's what I'm going to try to do, instead of cutting a big old hole in it, because the tank is working, but it's got some nasty stuff up in it. So I think if I do that, we're going to be fine. You let me know down in the comments what you think. It doesn't match the right exactly. I think once we get everything all painted up, it's going to be fine. I may even leave the two-tone white and leave the top white, just redo it. Maybe. We'll see. We'll see. My wife will probably say, that'll look like crap, and then I'll change it. But the frame looks good. Frame looks real good. All right, so make sure you like and subscribe. If you like my videos and you like my tomfoolery sometimes and some of the other stuff that I do, like and subscribe. What's it gonna hurt? I would appreciate it. That's what I would do. I still got to move the truck, park it back over in its hole. I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. He's the one that, oh man, my back was killing me today. That was a lot of work. That deck, I thought it was teak wood. That thing is oak, and it's pretty heavy duty. No wonder the back of the truck was so heavy. Each one of them the little squares that I took off was heavy. These pieces that popped off, that I took off, they are really heavy. The back of this truck was really heavy, because oak is heavy. God bless each and every one of you. Thank you so much for, you got me over the 500 mark. on subscribers, and I already see differences happening, and so I want to keep it going. I want to get to that 1,000, so I can start getting paid for some of this stuff. Probably, I'll probably make like $50, a year or something like that. Who knows how much it makes? But it would be nice to get something back out of this, because it's a lot of work. It's a lot of editing. This video alone is probably going to take 2 to 3 hours of editing, and my editing skills are not like some of these other guys. Look at that thing. That looks good. All right, God bless you.